What's up, this is Jon Pike. We're going through all of the Ableton settings one page at a time. Today we are going to look at the display and input settings. Let's get right into it. All right, so one page at a time. We're going to go through all of the Ableton settings and explain what each of them do. Today we're looking at the display and input page. Let's do it quick as we can. First off, in the display settings we have language. Doesn't really need much explaining. Zoom. You can see this is going to change. I like to live around 130-ish on my screen, but outline, view, and focus. So you can see when I leave this on, whatever view I'm focused on, say if it's here in the arrangement or down here, that's going to be highlighted. If I turn this off, you can see it doesn't tell you which is in focus, and that's going to affect which I'm currently focused on, affects where my key commands go. So I like to leave that on because that way you know when you hit a key command whether it's going to affect the clip view, the device view, the arrangement view, etc. All right, show scroll bars. I like to put it on follow system. Obviously, it just kind of means if it's going to show when you're scrolling the little thing on the side. Always, I like to leave it on follow the system because that just follows your Mac behavior. Follow behavior. Okay, so what that is this button up here. When you're playing back, a lot of times you'll have it on follow, and you can see it's following like this. Now I can change that behavior to, instead of just following it constantly, it's going to wait, and then follow. And it moves kind of like turning a page. Okay, I'm going to turn that back off because I don't like that setting. Hide labels. This is actually kind of handy in session view. If I can go over to session view up here. You can see this might look a little bit different than yours because it's hiding words like monitor. If I open this back up and show, you can see it says audio to, monitor, MIDI from, all that. And this just kind of, if you already are familiar and comfortable with how the mixer works, just saves a little bit of real estate. And visual real estate is everything in a DAW. Okay, use tab key to move focus. So this is the navigation and keyboard settings. I don't really use these very much, but for example, in this track, if I double click, it'll open up our device view. And I've got this setting turned on. Use tab key to move focus. So when I have that enabled and I click on this control and I hit tab, you can see our little, corners move. And that's the currently selected control. And if I turn that off, tab is going to move between session and arrangement. So wrap tab navigation, when this is on, then wrap tab navigation means when I get to the end, the last control on a given device and I hit tab, it's going to come back to the first one. So you can see it went from being volume, which is the last in this device, up to the power, the device on and off, and as I tab. So if I don't do that, if I have that off, I get to the end here and tab doesn't do anything because it's the last control in that device. Move clips with arrow keys. If I just make Command Shift M, I highlighted this, then hit Command Shift N to create a MIDI region. If I use my arrow keys on my laptop on my keyboard, it's going to move that. If I turn this off, then the arrow keys will not do anything. They'll just move my insert marker. Pen tablet mode, if you're using a pen or a tablet, I guess you can use that. Permanent scrub areas. So I accidentally turned that off once and I was super confused as to why the little sound icon wasn't coming up so I could play from a given point in the timeline. If I turn this on, you can probably, this looks familiar to you, the little sound icon, the speaker icon, and I can play from there. So when you turn that off, that's going to be gone when you hover your mouse just below kind of where the bar markers are. Draw MIDI notes with pitch lock. So when I say in this MIDI region that I just created, I'll double click it to look at the clip editor, and let's just zoom in a little bit. If I hit B on my computer keyboard, we go into draw mode, and with it on, it only makes it to be one note as I drag out, depending on where I start. If I hold Option, then I can kind of go wherever. And right now the grid is quite, let's put it, yeah. Yeah, that's not working. It's okay. The idea is, here, turn this off, and then so right now you can see as I draw, it's going to go like this. But if I hold Option, so it just depends whether you want to hold Option. And actually, I'm going to just delete all of them to make it clearer. If I hold Option, it'll do different notes. And then you can restore your application options. You can restore your don't show again warnings. So there's certain commands that when you do, it'll say, hey, be careful, this XYZ is going to happen. You can say, don't show this again because I understand how the program works. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because I don't care about that. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off because I don't care about that. And you can hit restore if you want to play in a little bit of safe mode. So that's the display and input settings. We'll one at a time go through all of these. So if this didn't answer your question, then please check the playlist and your question will be answered. If not now, then soon. Thanks.